sport. So there's a whole mix of different riders doing different jobs at the moment. So you've got to find which teammates you've got. And, well, sometimes you've got to almost admit that another team's going to have a stronger lead out, and you're going to have to tack on the back of them.
3.7 kilometers to go. Here we are, we're rocking and rolling. The men in yellow and black. It almost looks like a slow motion bicycle race, this, Robbie. They're absolutely flat chat into a headwind. A tough thing to deal with, I guess you might say. And indeed, it's accounted for a lot of ambition behind them. And the road is running out, essentially. This could be about moderation of pace, apart from having a last, indeed, reserve to impose on everybody else late on. You can't go too early, I wouldn't have thought, in these kind of circumstances.
No, you can't go too early into a headwind, and that's it. The thing like this, coming in a group like this, is very, very different to a full bunch sprint. So you just got to have your wits about you when it comes to the timing and where you use your teammates, who have, of course, already been doing a lot of work on the front to push home the advantage of this group. So it's a very fine line between going too early, too late, and on a very straight run-in like this, kilometre after kilometre, it is difficult to get that.
And here we go. It's time to muster yourselves, get into position. 2.8 kilometers to go. Doing a great job here of moderating their pace. In fact, just setting their stall out, Visma bike. Just looking at who else is tucked into this group that might actually have some license today. Axel Laurent's still got a lot of riders around him, and this group has swollen now to what, 34, 35 5 riders. Just looking within it, they're all protecting each other. The motorcycle is almost pacing them as we speak, just for the time being. 2.4 kilometers to go. No variation really to speak of in the road. So it's kind of save something if you possibly can, and then use it at the very last here. Lander is within this group, having done his job. Is Menno Wissing, who is supposed to be the lead-out man for Mali Brennan, but he's got an awful lot of strength around him. Meanwhile, others just picking up the vanguard. We are missing, I'm afraid, Ethan Vernon, but Corbin Strong is here for Israel Premier Tech. He's going to have to surf other wheels, something he's very adept at doing, Robbie. He's a strong man who knows how to deal with this kind of situation.
Yeah, well, this is a very unique situation. Coming into the finish like this, you've got a whole mixture of GC riders, climbers, and those trying to function as lead-out men in a role that they're really not accustomed to. For the Visma bike team, they've been working really hard on a lot of the days, but not actually doing the lead-out itself. That's been Alpecin de Koenig. It's also been Israel Premier Tech. But those teams have all been decimated. They've got one or maybe only two riders up here in the group. So it's a case of who can step into the role and get it just right with the lead out, and also maybe identifying who's likely to take a flyer, who's going to try and go early and not hold themselves, and just keep you cool a bit longer, get yourself in the right wheel. And Matty Brennan, he's going to have to rely heavily on his teammates to keep him at the front, but he's going to need to react to everything that's going on around him. You're going to have a plan A, B, C, and all the way through to, well, at least Y.
Now it is time to dig in. Lotto, of course, hitting the front as far as part of the chase. This is about damage limitation as far as they're concerned. Meanwhile, amongst the front group, you're looking at it right now, and looming very, very large, Primož Roglic in the leaders' green ribbons, don't forget. I still got an opinion that he might actually want to be part of this. Let's see. If there's a second up for grabs, then he will go for it, and in finishing order he will retake the lead overall. 10, 6 and 4 at the line, and on a tough day, and we've got a tough day, we've just been past the Flamme Rouge. There it is. Don't forget, shortened by 300 meters today. The ticker is correct though. 33 seconds is the gap to the Van Eetveld group as we speak, and there's going to be some big time gaps today.
I just saw Matty Brennan taking the wheel of Axel Laurent, the man from Ineos Grenadier. So he's saying that, gee, this is the man about to hit the front. He's going to lead him out, and it's Brennan on Laurent.
500 meters to go. It's a question of biding your time. When do you impose it? In a perfect place is Matty Brennan at the moment. I think he's possibly the strongest one here for this kind of scenario. Let's wait and see. Just turns into the curve right now. When's he going to get the release? Hasn't done so just yet. Oh, and they're mustering all over the place. Here comes Corbin Strong. He's just sailing in with Geraint Thomas, taking a very, very quick lead. Meanwhile, Axel Laurence it is that picks it up. He's going to try and deliver this one. Strong's boxed in just on the inside, and here comes Matty Brennan around the outside. High, wide and handsome. The young man, 19 years of age, gets himself a second stage win. That was a piece of class. No panic whatsoever. A whole raft of backup for him on an extraordinarily tough day. Matty Brennan has only gone and done it again. That is incredible. Another 10 bonus seconds for him. A rack full of points as well, don't forget, to carry into tomorrow. Well, he'll be up for the first little squirt for that, that intermediate sprint at 5 kilometers tomorrow. But he did just such an amazing race today. A super job, delivered perfectly once again. This is Molinaro, I think, who just wants to come through for Cairo and show what might have been. And it'll be the same question for so many. What might have been today? Well, what is Matty Brennan. And here he is. What a hero. And with those points, I think he might well have just retaken the lead in the points classification as well. A jersey was nursing today on behalf of Roglic.
Matty Brennan, that was sublime. He took the wheel initially of Axel Laurence, but he got pushed around. It was Marijn van den Berg who came in between. See it from overhead. Well, this is just the last bit. Laurence on the right, Marijn van den Berg to his left, then Pavel Bittner. But you just saw, as the road opened up, Matty Brennan, he just bided his time, waited to see where the gap was going to be. He said, OK, the open side is on the left. Here I go, afterburners engaged, and he came up and over the top, and he won going away. He was, 50 metres to go. He was only a nose in front.
Take it away from you.
He ended up winning by over a couple of lengths. Although that was just, he made it look simple.
A young man,
the great riders do.
With an old head on his shoulders and a massive future ahead of him. We absolutely love this guy. And he's loving us back in terms of the results.
Well, Matty Brennan just making sure he's capturing the data and the computer into the pocket. And, well, a brilliant ride also from a team of absolute non-lead-out specialists. But they were there at the head of the race. They were there to help force the split. They looked after Matty Brennan and just kept him out of the wind so he could conserve as much energy as possible. Didn't need to do a turn on the front the entire way in. And then he was able to set himself up. He identified that Ineos Grenadiers had a strong combination for Axel Laurence, but there was a pushing and shoving, and he just lost that wheel, and he was good enough to sit back, watch it, and just blast over the top. I'm not saying Thibaut Del Grosso in second, but I don't think that result is quite correct. There we go. Matty Brennan. Let's see. I'm saying, oh, actually it was too, Thibaut Del Grosso. Where on earth did he come from? So Del Grosso did come through out of the wheels. So I saw Bittner, I saw Van den Berg, I saw Laurence. Yeah, out of the wheels. Thibaut Del Grosso, what a finish. And he's come up and snatched a place on the line. Well, that in itself is also a brilliant ride. All the attention and the focus going to Matty Brennan, and he won going away. But in the battle behind, Juan Ayuso was up there in the middle, just seeing if he could snatch some bonus seconds. But as the others faltered, Matty Brennan just powered to the pedals, one cruising, and the throw to the line, the photo for second and third. Thibaut Del Grosso, Pavel Bittner. Then Marijn van den Berg, Axel Laurence, and the rest.